Director General RDIAS, Professor Colonel Retired Mahendra Singh, our Chief Guest, Professor R.K. Mittal, Dean, University School of Management Studies, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, Chief Mentor, Rukmani Devi Group of Institutions, Professor Dr. Raman Garg, Convener, National Conference 2015, Professor Dr. Anil Goyal, participants from Delhi NCR, students, and my dear colleagues. Welcome to National Conference on Make in India, Emerging Trends in Trade and Innovations for Effective Entrepreneurship, organized and hosted by Rukmani Devi Institute of Advanced Studies. Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin our journey, let me introduce you to Seth Pokarmal Educational Society. Keeping in view the growing need of educational opportunities for children with exposure to contemporary circumstances and to develop them into responsible citizens as a national resource, Shri K.C. Garg and his wife, Mrs. Anita Garg, established the society, namely Seth Pokarmal Educational Society, to serve the community and society as a whole. It is under the aegis of SPMS that they started Rukmani Devi Public School in Pitampura and perpetuated the name of his revered father Seth Pokarmal and his respected mother Srimati Rukmani Devi, who were having the vision for education of masses in India. Seth Pokarmal Educational Society, established in 1986, operates several institutes of repute under the brand name of Rukmani Devi. Through its concerted efforts, the society has created institutions of international standard that impart quality education right from kindergarten stage to doctoral level programs at very affordable prices. Ladies and gentlemen, at present the society has the following institutes under its brand name. Catering to requirements of kindergarten, we have Rukmani Devi Balvatika. Amongst the schools, we have Rukmani Devi Public School Rohini, Rukmani Devi Public School Pitampura, Rukmani Devi Public School Sonipat, and Rukmani Devi Public School TDI City Kundli. Providing vocational education, we have Rukmani Devi Lalit Kala Kendra. Providing undergraduation, we have Rukmani Devi College of Education. Post-graduation provided by Rukmani Devi Institute of Advanced Studies, and PhD program provided by Rukmani Devi Center of Excellence in Computational Nanotechnology. Ladies and gentlemen, what better theme than Make in India, an initiative of the Government of India to encourage companies to manufacture their products in India. This campaign was launched by Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi on 25th of September 2014. The major objectives behind this initiative was to focus on 25 sectors of the economy for job creation and skill enhancement. The initiative hopes to increase GDP growth and tax revenue. This initiative also aims at high quality standards and minimizing the impact on the environment. Hoping to give Make in India initiative a strong push, Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi inaugurated the Hanover Fair 2015, where India is the partner country together with host and German Chancellor Angela Merkel. When the shutters of Hanover Fair 2015 come down, I hope many new doors will open, said Prime Minister Narendra Modi in his address. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with that fervor and with that theme in mind, the aim of this conference is to bring together policymakers, researchers, and enthusiasts on this theme in the same room to deliberate and share their ideas. Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, let me introduce you to our chief guest of the day, Professor R.K. Mittal, Dean, University School of Management Studies, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University. Professor R.K. Mittal has been the Vice Chancellor of Tirthankar Mahavir University, Moradabad since October 2008. Sir has held numerous academic and administrative positions in prestigious educational institute. Sir has been the Head of Department of Business Economics at Guru Jambeshwar University, Hisar, and Dean of School of Humanities and Social Sciences, School of Education of Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University, Delhi. Currently, Sir is Dean, University School of Management Studies, Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University. Sir has initiated reforms at every level Sir has worked in. Sir has been responsible for organizing many national level conferences, seminars, and faculty development programs. Professor Mittal also holds a master's degree in economics and business administration and a doctorate from University of Kurukshetra. Sir has established scores of articles in many research journals of national and international repute and has guided 5 PhD theses. Sir has been a member of various academic boards of universities and educational institutions. Sir has also been a member of the editorial board of management and research journals. Sir has been recognized for his efforts and achievements time and again, ladies and gentlemen, with honors and kudos. In 2002, Sir was awarded with the Best Teacher Award by Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University. Managerial economics, banking and financial institutions and economic environment of business are some of Sir's areas of interest in teaching and research. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now request Director General RDIAS, Professor Colonel Retired Mahendra Singh, to please felicitate our chief guest, Professor R.K. Mittal. Please put your hands together for Sir. I would also like to introduce this August gathering to Director General RDIAS, Professor Colonel Retired Mahendra Singh. A man of words and discipline, Director General Sir carries with him an experience of over 35 years in the Indian Army. Sir has been an engineer by profession and has served at top management level in Saudi Arabia. Sir holds a BE in Mechanical Engineering, MTech in Industrial Engineering from IIT Delhi, and MTech in Computer Sciences from IIT Bombay, PGDM HRM from Indore University, and Sir is currently pursuing his PhD in Management Sciences. I take pride and privilege once again to introduce you to Director General RDIAS, Professor Colonel Mahendra Singh. I would request the students to kindly felicitate Sir. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to introduce you the gathering to Chief Mentor, Rukmani Devi Group of Institutions, Professor Dr. Raman Garg. Professor Dr. Raman Garg is Chief Mentor, Rukmani Devi Group of Institutions, and holds his doctoral degree from University of Manchester, UK in the field of nanotechnology and master degree in the field of electronics from University of Sheffield, UK. Sir is an alumni of Rukmani Devi Public School, Pitampura, Delhi. Sir has published his research in several international journals of repute and has travelled extensively worldwide to address esteemed scientific gatherings. Sir is an associate member of Institute of Physics, London, and is visiting professor at Delhi Technological University. Sir is actively involved in research projects and has recently signed a memorandum of understanding with the University of Cambridge, UK. I would request students to please felicitate Professor Dr. Raman Garg. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Sir. At this stage, ladies and gentlemen, I would request the students to also felicitate Dr. Anil Goyal, Convener, National Conference. Please put your hands together for Professor Dr. Anil Goyal. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have amongst us a keynote speaker for the day, Dr. Pavan Kumar Singh, Professor at IIM Indore. Dr. Pavan Kumar Singh is working as Professor at Indian Institute of Management, Indore, in the area of Organizational Behavior and Human Resource Management. Before joining IIM Indore, Sir has worked as faculty member in management at National Institute of Industrial Engineering, Mumbai, Indira Gandhi National Open University, New Delhi, Kanpur University, and at Vikram University, Ujjain. Sir has more than 25 years of experience in academics in the field of postgraduate teaching in management, training, research, consulting, and academic administration. Before career in academics, Sir has worked with Bank of India as Industrial Relations Officer. Apart from organization behavior and human resource management, Sir's interest areas are research methodology, business communication, business ethics, management insights in scriptures, and training and development. Dr. Singh has published more than 50 research papers in the field of managing people, has written 2 books, has written course and material in management suitable for distance education mode, and has also prepared audio on interviewing skills. Sir has also been on editorial board of reputed organizations. Dr. Singh is a member of various academic bodies, including Faculty of Management at Indira Gandhi National Open University, Delhi, Senate of Maulana Azad National Institute of Technology at Bhopal, Management Committee of Institute of Cooperative Management at Bhopal, amongst many others. Sir holds the responsibilities in the field of academic administration and has also worked as officiating director at IIM Indore. Sir's hobbies are playing cricket, astronomy, poetry, and reading quotations. I would like to quote one of Sir's favorite quotations: "We are always preparing to live, but never living." On that note, ladies and gentlemen, how true it is, I would request the students to kindly felicitate Dr. Pavan Kumar Singh. Thank you, sir. Before we move on, let us all invoke the blessings of Goddess Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge and intellect. I would request all the dignitaries on the dais, a few participants and a student representatives to please come forward for lighting of the lamp.
Yo
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I would now request Director General RDIAS, Professor Colonel Retired Mahendra Singh, to please deliver the welcome address on this occasion. Please put your hands together for Sir, please.
Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I take this opportunity to welcome our chief guest, Professor Mittal, to this conference. Dr. Raman, Professor Singh, various delegates who have come to attend this conference, students, our faculty members. It's a very important conference. It is so very important that many of you at this stage may not be able to really understand what this conference is about. India has been passing through certain phases. 47, we have seen it happening, changes, ups and downs, political turmoils. But over a period of time, what has been the overall effect that the masses, Indian masses, have not got what they deserved. But I will like to state here that the earlier leaders who got us freedom and after that who guided the destiny of this country, they gave us a very beautiful thing, which is today a great strength of India, that is democracy. Whenever there has been a turmoil in the country in 70s, later emergency, so many problems occurred. But through this democratic process, our people, though they may be less educated, poor, may not be understanding so many things, but through this democratic process, they could easily see what is wrong and what should happen, whom to throw out and whom to bring in. At this stage, also, when India is passing through this phase where we need massive, rapid, sustainable growth and we need to create large number of jobs. And most of you are aware in the last decade what has happened, how the judiciary, bureaucracy, our leadership, how they slowly failed. The model of growth which was anticipated to bring results did not bring the results. And there was a total chaos. I think most of you know. Again, the people of India rose to the occasion. They discerned the change required. And in this election of 2014, they have pinned their hopes on the dynamic leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister. And they said, yes, here is a person who can deliver us or give us what we need. Right from that time, he has been, as you all are aware, working very hard. Lot of changes are taking place. Far too many changes are taking place. Corruption which had reached a stage where everything was paralyzed, nothing was working. All our these CBI, ED and all these were punishing people and putting blames. All that thing has been slowly now being streamlined. New policy changes are taking place. Those who are not keeping abreast with the current affairs, they may not know, but far too many changes are taking place. He has given a vision to the nation at this juncture, and Make in India is one of the components of that vision, where it is an open economic development policy, or the, you can say, initiative, where we want to make up the deficit of products, quality products, competitive products, which we can manufacture here in India, export them, bring revenue, and utilize that revenue for development of the nation. So this is one of the components of the broad vision. There are many more: Swachh Bharat, Jan Dhan Yojana, Beti Bachao, scrapping of those old, you know, you can say legislations. All those things are there. So we have to be now. What is our duty as on date? Somebody leader makes the plan, and we all help him to see that that plan is executed in a way he desires, and with the objective of helping the people. This is what it is. So through this process, it's a very big and vast subject. How do we go about it? What kind of things, what manufacturing base we create, how we utilize our resources, other resources. He is trying to create the network of India with various other nations. Yesterday, when I was listening to him, that after 42 years, the Indian Prime Minister is visiting Canada. Canada is such an important country where there are so many resources. Why could we not visit earlier when we have so much population of Indian origin, and create such network with them, so that they are great collaboration with us? All these things have not been happening. So I appreciate the vision of the Prime Minister, and we as intellectuals should be the agents of change. We should impress upon our new generations through our various discourses in the class, at any other occasion when you speak. I think that will help in taking the movement forward. So this is the most appropriate kind of thing. Let's see how we deliberate in next 2 days, what all conclusions we draw. I am very thankful to the faculty, conveners, other students who have done the work for making or organizing this workshop. I once again welcome our chief guest, other guests, and we will listen to them, and please be more educative, and develop an attitude where we have to see that this movement succeeds. Otherwise, India before May 2014 had slipped to such a place where corruption, mismanagement, lack of leadership, and it had no place, and we had lost our dignity. It is again being restored today by our dynamic Prime Minister. Let's strengthen his hands and move forward with him. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
An inspirational welcome address indeed, where planning and execution were the key words. On this note, I would now request our chief guest, Professor R.K. Mittal, to please address the gathering. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Professor Mittal, please.
Good morning, friends. ये नीचे हो रहा है no problem. No. Respected Director General RDIAS, Professor Mahendra Singh ji, Dr. Raman Garg ji, Professor Pawan Kumar Singh, Dr. Goel, participants to this 2 days conference, faculty and dear students. It's a great opportunity for me to interact with you all on this very important theme. Make in India is a very important and flagship program by the Prime Minister Mr. Modi to make or to bring अच्छे दिन for all of us and to make India great. In fact, whenever we discuss Make in India briefly, uh, it means it means making India manufacturing hub, bringing investment, whether by the domestic player or by the international player in India, so that manufacturing sector is being strengthened. That basically essentially is the concept. And for this, if we look at the uh, manufacturing sector from the historical point of view, then all of us would be surprised to know that till 1820, till 1820, India and China, or more broadly, if I say uh, Asia, Africa, and Latin America, they constituted 2/3 of the world's manufacturing. And India and China, they together constituted, their share was roughly 50% of world's manufacturing. So by 1820 or till 1820, India and China, they were the leading manufacturers in the world. The muslin of Dhaka and all traditional products, they were known worldwide, we all know. And India was basically an entrepreneurial society, a well connected country, educational system or other manufacturing and other things, trade point of view. India was in a way a well connected country with the rest of the world. After that, you can say by 1913, the share of Africa, Asia and Latin America, which was 2/3, that came down to 7.5%. And the share of Europe, America, North America and Japan, that has gone up to 92.5% in manufacturing. So they become the leading manufacturer, and these countries including India, China, their share reduced to the minimum possible, you can say. Today India's share in manufacturing is just 1.8% of the world manufacturing, and its share in India's GDP, you all understand, is roughly 16%. But manufacturing in overall industrial sector's growth, it constitutes roughly 75% weightage. So therefore, India's share over the time has come down to a very low level. China's share, on the other hand, China, the manufacturing sector constitutes 34% of the GDP, and its share in the world manufacturing output is roughly 13.7%. Our is 1.8, there is 13.7. So that is the change which has taken place over the year. And in the last few years, the manufacturing sector registered negative growth. In fact, in 2013-14, it registered minus 2.4% growth. Before that, in earlier years, the growth rate was slightly 1.9%, 2.5% or so forth. But in the period 2005 to 10, it registered a robust growth, which was roughly 10%. 2005 to 10, a decent growth in manufacturing. After that, slide down, became negative, and therefore this sector came into a discussion in a big way. India's growth story is primarily on account of the growth in service sector. which roughly constitutes 62% or something around that in India's GDP. But it has shown the trend of, you can say, stagnation or somewhat slide down. Even agriculture sector is not showing growth. So therefore, and industrial sector, manufacturing sector, it has linkages with the agriculture sector as well as with the service sector. So therefore, its growth is a must if India's growth story or double digit, or we call it a high level of growth, is to be achieved. And whole concept of the Prime Minister Modi's development agenda, that rests on accelerating the growth rate. If there is a growth rate, then only we can discuss about equity. If there is a growth rate, then only you can distribute something to the poor people or weaker section, or the concept of equity come into the discussion. If we only have equity, talk about equity, there will not be any growth. Growth is there, equity definitely can be achieved. That basically is the, basic assumption on which this Make in India concept rest, or overall developmental agenda of this government rest. Now the question arises, why this situation arises in India? Why we have a so low manufacturing base now? Historically, again, after getting the in fact, after 1950s, around 1950s, almost all the developing countries, they attained the freedom. They got the freedom from the colonial rule, and then they started this process of developing their country, and they put industrialization as one of the agenda of development. So did India, and we adopted the Mahalanobis model of development. We all, I think, understand Mahalanobis, PC Mahalanobis, second 5-year plan model, whereby we gave importance to heavy industrialization. Heavy industrialization, which was based on Russian model. Pandit Nehru is criticized on so many regions. It is one of the reason also that he is criticized, that he introduced this concept of socialistic pattern of society, or controlling the economy, or achieving the you can say the development by following the unsustainable this model of growth, whereby focus was on excessive control by the state on different dimensions of the government administration, government, full control of the government on different sector. That was the philosophy, and as a result, what happened over the years, we converted into I'm not disputing the positive effects. Whatever heavy industrialization base, strong industrial base, self-reliance, and so much we achieved, probably because of this approach. But overall, ultimately, we Indian economy was converted into a high cost, inefficient economy, whereby the private initiative was suppressed. Private initiative was suppressed, and as a result, the you or anyone, layman, competent, but cannot start any of their venture if they wish. It converted into a full control of the state, licenses, permissions, all that. Whosoever got, then they will manufacture or they will be in this process. So ultimately, what happened is that we converted into an inefficient system whereby the domestic player never faced any competition. The domestic competition was very less, internationally competition was very less, minimum. Whatever you produce, that would be sold in a way. So that was the, situation. And as a result, we never realized the importance of individual initiative, entrepreneurial talent into the country, and therefore this economic growth, whatever took place, by and large, it was a result of the state, you can say, sponsorship. The private initiative was curbed, and entrepreneurship therefore could not prosper and could never benefit. And even today, the overall approach in the country towards businessmen in general in India is somewhat negative. Anyone who is running the business, developed, creating wealth, value for the society, earning, is taken in a negative सेंस. धीरू भाई अंबानी जी को आज भी ये ऐसे नेगेटिव लेते हैं. ज़्यादातर all big industrialists, maybe barring few people, still by and large carries a negative it. Like earning money is a something bad word, and as a result, the business climate, or you can say the climate for entrepreneurial development ecosystem, whatever you call it, could never develop the way it should have been. And we all understand that entrepreneur, they are in fact the backbone of any system. They are the person who are innovator. They are the person who take risk. They are the person who bring the things into the system, arrange the things. And therefore, unless and until this thing is there, the country cannot grow. So one of the reasons why entrepreneurship could not develop in India is because of the government over dominance in the economy. And the secondary role in a way given to the private sector in this development process. The equally, I think, important role was the educational system. We never, teach anyone, a student to fail. We only teach everyone to be successful. It is a good thing. But we also teach you have a standard answer to the problem. If you write this, you will get this. If you deviate slightly from this, your marks would be deducted. You are not getting 10 out of 10 because your answer is not matching with my answer. But on the other hand, the solution to the real life problems, they are not standardized. Business activities, they are not standardized. Innovations, they are not also standardized. Solutions are not standardized. And therefore, what we need is a mindset which generate curiosity in the student, a different solution, different idea, and so forth. So therefore, success stories must be discussed, but equally, wherever failures takes place, they must also be discussed so that there is a learning with the failure. Every failure gives a good learning. And this risk taking capability, the failure, fear of failure, always we live in a fear of failure. And most of the time, I think there might be very few people who are every time successful in their life. Most of the time we fail. Only 5 out of 10, out of 100, maybe 5 times we are successful, 95 times we are failure. एडिसन भी कहते हैं जब बल्ब उन्होंने बनाया था तो 999 टाइम्स ही फेल्ड एंड 1000th टाइम ही सक्सीडेड. तो एवरी फेलियर गिव्स ए अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर ए न्यू थिंग. This entrepreneurship require this thing, that we have to develop a system whereby the failure has to be accepted into the society. So that is a, I think, precondition. The third thing is that in the public domain, the things were not supportive. Over control, excessive, there is a financial shortage. The banking sector and other sector, they were not supportive of the entrepreneurial activity. So as a result of all these things, what happened is that entrepreneurship never became a part of the India's developmental agenda. So therefore, the relevance of this concept or linkage of the two things, that if manufacturing is to succeed, entrepreneurship must be given the top priority. Besides many other. The others are government infrastructure, creating government infrastructure. Make in India, this require huge infrastructure, government support. Bridges, telecommunication, and so infrastructure, I think, is the basic requirement. If there is a infrastructure from the government side, definitely the private sector would be attracted towards investment. The private sector requires two important things: one, basic infrastructure, and second, the stability and good regulatory framework. Stable regulatory framework. Law and order is okay, policies are stable, government is helping them, creating conditions for development, then automatically they will invest in India or anywhere. So Make in India require huge government support on infrastructural activities if it is to succeed. Second thing is equally important is the skill. I think the estimate says only 20% of the manpower in the industrial sector is skilled, and therefore productivity is low. Their productivity is low. The manufacturing sector cannot be competitive only by saying that we are competitive because our labor cost is low. Unless and until on other parameters, be it technology or other, we cannot make this concept to happen. So labor definitely provide us the comparative cost advantage, but equally we have to be productive. Our labor force must be productive. And skill mission, therefore rightly government has initiated the vocational thrust on vocational education, government thrust on skill as a mission, skill as a separate ministry has been launched by the government, understanding the importance of this requirement. We all understand that graduates, they are coming in large number, but there exists a skill gap. What market demand and what skill set knowledge they have, there is a mismatch. And this mismatch is very high. This has to be bridged. Our labor force must be skilled one. Whether it's you take anyone, whether it is a driver or any plumber or refrigerator mechanics or any other, or you took anyone, huge skill gap still exists. So this is another agenda, I think, which has to be taken care, and government already is working on that. The next one is R&D and innovation. Our overall GDP expenditure on R&D is less than 1%. And in other countries, developed countries, we all understand it is much more than that. 3-4% or maybe even larger than that. Unless and until R&D is there, and R&D, when we say R&D, that means a good boost to it through a very comprehensive policy, whereby the universities are also universities, research institutes, private bodies, government, companies, they are involved in this process. In Israel, small and medium sector, they plays a very effective role in industrialization, their industrialization. And they are successful because they are linked with the local universities. Our tragedy is that universities no longer considered as a powerhouse of knowledge. There was a time when universities were giving the lead to the society, be it technology, be it value system or any other issue, they were giving lead to the society. Now the time has come, in general I am saying, there might be definitely certain good universities which still are doing very good job, but in general now their operations are more under pressure from the society. Reverse. Earlier they were guiding the society, now society is putting a pressure on most of the universities to do this, that. So reversal has taken place. Universities or institutions, they no longer are, you can say, or in a way I can say that they are losing their social relevance in the society. They need to be connected in this whole process because knowledge is created in these institutions. We claim that a lot of PhDs and other things are done, but these are not done to solve the local problems. We may talk about globalization and other things, but we never talk about our local problems. These entrepreneur, young student and entrepreneur, they must be given exposure in the university whereby good successful entrepreneurs are there, government officials are there, academicians are there who really have worked on these areas, and then they interact and create a sort of ecosystem whereby young students learn all these things. Then definitely something concrete will emerge. Some beginning has been made. In few places incubators and other things have been started. Venture capital, angel capital and other seed money, SIDBI and so many other institutions. Even government in the recent budget has started Mudra Bank for small and medium enterprises, beginning have been done. And entrepreneurship really now is thriving from suppressed stage to it is now has come out and booming because of positive attitude of the government, because of necessity of the time. Unless and until these youth who would be graduating every year, they constitute more than around 50% or exactly 18 to 23, which comes under higher education category. 31% of this, their size is so big. Every time we have to create 1 crore of employment every year. This cannot be created by any system. This cannot be created by any system unless and until the economic activities are speeded up and entrepreneurial culture develop into India, whereby these young people now not only in manufacturing but other sector as well, be it service or be it agriculture. You take any problem, like the problem is like we need a clean water. We need a clean water. We need efficient energy system. We need food, good food. I mean, you take any area, huge potential exists whereby a young graduate can do something with little capital. So things are shaping, developing in the right direction, but definitely a much actual work need to be done. And I personally think, since I am from the education sector, so I believe that education sector has need to do a lot to develop this entrepreneurial culture into the economy, into the system. Our content, success story of entrepreneurs, our linking education with the practical experience, not merely a theoretical, institutions, they are collaborating with the best. That need to be done. Student must be given exposure to the practical knowledge, business plan, opportunities, their lateral thinking and all these things, they must be opened up so that some out of the total should join or should enter into this entrepreneurial activities. If they enter, definitely the shape would be different and this concept of Make in India would make any sense. So my best wishes to all of you, and hope that in these 2 days something concrete will come out whereby this concept definitely would become a reality. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. No words to define the content that has been delivered by Professor R.K. Mittal. Sir spoke of providing a unique ecosystem that is required. And of course, the woods are lovely, dark and deep. Students, this is a very important opportunity wherein I'm sure that you would learn that there are opportunities enough and galore. You need to provide an ecosystem, and you are a very important part of providing that ecosystem. Thank you, sir. At this stage, ladies and gentlemen, I would request my students to please place the conference proceedings. No, they're just placing the conference proceedings. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I request all the dignitaries to please release the conference proceedings of National Conference, the moment that we've been waiting for. I always say that it is a Kodak moment, but this time I would say that it would be a selfie moment or a Facebook moment. I would request, sir, to please release the conference proceedings. Make in India, emerging trends in trade. Sir, I would request you to please join us. Students, please guide, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for release of the conference proceedings. Make in India, emerging trends in trade and innovations for effective entrepreneurship. Proceedings, a proud moment for the convener and the co-convener, Dr. Anil Goyal and Dr. Manish Madan, and also for the organizing team. We can smile, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Signature is being done on the conference act as an important part. As the signatures are being done, I would request Chief Mentor, Professor Dr. Raman Garg, to please toast the vote of thanks.
Good morning. Professor Dr. Raman Garg, the name is so big. As a professor, I should not leave the mic before an hour. It is my duty not to leave the mic before an hour. Anyways, respected Professor Mittal, Professor Pawan Kumar Singh from IIM, Director General RDIAS, conference convener, conference co-convener, colleagues, participants, and my dear friends. I'm not trained as a management graduate, but as an Indian, it is both my honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion, marking Make in India initiative. I understand that geopolitics and economics affect our daily lives. No matter which country we live in, India has a rich and a long tradition spanning centuries before West came to terms with humanity. We are all proud of our country and should pledge that through our work, ethics, and habits, we'll make India into a superpower in time to come. Our demography today is strategically placed with the required skill set to augment us in a trajectory towards inclusive growth and a peaceful society. And as education institution, it is our prime duty towards society and nation at large to work diligently each second of our day towards this vision. I hope that some of us get extremely motivated through deliberations in these 2 days of the conclave and make a mark that even memories of time cannot fade away. I wish you all best in this endeavor. I'm thankful to esteemed guests on dais, Professor Pawan Kumar, Professor Mittal, for sparing their precious time today and giving us the desired strength in our endeavors. I thank Team RDIAS, especially convener and co-convener, colleagues associated for their efforts in organizing this program. I also thank our participants from various institutions in and around Delhi for giving us an opportunity to serve their learning needs. I thank you once again for your benign presence here today. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. After the vote of thanks, I would need my student coordinators, please. At this moment, we would like to felicitate our chief guest, Professor R.K. Mittal, with a token of appreciation and remembrance for coming over and participating in this conference. I would request Director General, sir, to kindly do the honors. Please put your hands together. Professor R.K. Mittal, Chief Guest of National Conference 2015. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It is a 2-day event spanned today and tomorrow. We come to an end of the inaugural session, but the journey is long. We come back after a tea break of half an hour to resume with a keynote session, which all of us are looking forward to. On this note, ladies and gentlemen, let's all once again thank Professor Mittal for his time. Thank you. Thank you, sir.